Watching Morning at NTV.
Hello there, good morning. Welcome to Morning at NTV. My name is Mala Kivila Odera. Time now for us now to transform Uganda's economy, a business at a time. Yes. And so we have a question from Mr. Atanas Shalom. His, of course, rural home is in Lyatonde, but he has come to Kampala to hustle and he has a query for us. Let's take a look.
I'm Shalom Atanas. Situated in Kampala, but my home area is Lyatonde. The way you saw my concern, I'm still confused. That's why I seek your knowledge. I have money which can buy a motorcycle, but I'm still doubting and thinking that maybe if I go for cows, it can be profitable than a border. According to you, what can bring back my money very fast? Thank you.
You're welcome, Mr. Artemis. Thank you so much for sending in your question. It's amazing that you want to actually invest that money that you have, and I'm assuming that you have roughly 3.5 million shillings because you're saying that the money you have is enough for you to buy a boda. Now, what we're going to do today is we want to enlighten you so you can make the choice on your own, because when it comes to investments, it borders on passion, what you're passionate about. You could be passionate about buying this kettle. You could be passionate about running a boda business. So today we're going to look at the pros and cons of these two investment options. Let's start with investing in the boda industry. Of course, let's play those particular, bumpers. Now, investing in a boda in the boda industry means that you need a boda. Now, there are two options. Purchasing a new boda will roughly cost you about 3.4 million Uganda shillings. Purchasing a second-hand motorcycle, on this other hand, will cost you roughly 2 million shillings. Of course, if it goes on the higher side, 2.5 million shillings. So that's one boda, and I'm assuming the money that you have is, within that range. Let's go to the other slide just for you to understand this particular scenario. Now, when we talk about the boda industry, we need to look at the facts and the figures. Now, the boda business, pretty much for you to be able to earn a coin, to earn your profits without having to, pretty much hustle it out so much, is you going into this particular business model, which is the leasing or loaning out your boda, whereby you get a rider, a boda rider who really yearns to earn his own motorcycle. So you get into this agreement, you can actually make it so professional and official, get down to documentation. Now, this rider pays you an initial installment of roughly 500,000 Uganda shillings. Then thereafter, he pays you on a weekly basis. And now, when you do our math, on a weekly basis, for you to be able to recoup your initial capital of buying this boda, or for you to also earn a profit after him paying that initial investment of 500,000, then let's assume him paying you 70,000 or just 60,000 every single week. That will make you that by the end of 52 weeks, you actually recoup your 3.5, and you get nothing less than an additional 500k, kind of profit, or a million Uganda shillings kind of profit. Let's look at the other benefits. Let's look at the pros and cons, pretty much. Getting into the boda industry now, the pros. Now, the pros are the advantages is you end up recouping your initial capital investment profit within 52 weeks, at maximum 60 weeks, and that is something that I'm sure that will interest you. Now, the other advantage is when you get into this particular loaning out or leasing out your boda, then you actually incur zero servicing costs. Okay. okay? The other benefit is that you will end up having zero operational costs, because now this cost will actually be tagged to this particular rider. He'll be solely responsible of servicing that vehicle, that motorcycle. He'll be solely responsible about, you know, paying up to the operational costs. You will not be paying him a salary, yes, because now you're in a plan whereby he'll end up owning that boda boda himself. Now the other benefit, of course, with this particular system or business model for you is that there is zero risks of unforeseen eventualities like accidents, okay? So these risks are out of you, like they will not be within your scope, because now this risk will be transferred to the boda boda rider. What that essentially means is that you are getting your clean money without losing too much. Let's go to the cons of this particular business model now. The first one is the loanee. This rider can choose to flee with your motorcycle. So what do you do if that happens? That's number one, the first risk. Now the other risk is that this particular loanee or rider can default in the weekly payment, okay? So of course by the time you're giving him the motorcycle, he would have paid the initial investment, you know, kind of money, but otherwise we are saying that he has to pay you on a weekly basis. If he decides or he defaults on the payments, that means that you will end up risking, of course. That's the only con. So we are looking at pretty much 5 benefits of getting into this system and 2 disadvantages of getting into this system. Now you're in the know. That's the boda boda industry, but pretty much it is an industry that you will be, you know, assured of returns. The need is there. In Kampala, we have over 2 million people commuting in Kampala on a day-to-day basis during the day. So, and us knowing the situation in Kampala, us knowing that we always grapple with traffic and congestion in the city, the boda boda business will not end anytime soon. Now the conversation, of course, with authorities is how then can the space be regulated? So it's a sure way for you to actually gain your investment, and with the profits that you actually get, you could choose to scale up the business, and instead of eating up the profit that you get, of course, for every boda boda with this particular model will be earning nothing less than 500,000. That's with clean profit. You could choose to invest into another boda boda, lease it out, loan it out, and get your money back. Let's look at cows, cattle farming. You getting into this particular space, what will it cost you? Of course, you say that you have money enough to get you one boda boda. So let's assume that your boda boda is about, you're going for the new boda boda, which is about 3.5 million shillings. 3.5 million shillings will get you nothing more than 3 cows, and we're talking about healthy cows, okay? Because a cow, a good cow, a healthy cow, roughly goes for 1 million shillings, 900,000 Uganda shillings to 1 million Uganda shillings. So that means that you only get yourself what? 3 cows. Now moving on to the pros. Now you will have availability of fresh milk, you will have compost that will maybe, you know, help you get into, you know, the production of biogas. This is clean energy that you can use in your community, or, you know, also in your home. You also get the assistance of, you know, your agricultural land. The dung that you get from the cows can go as manure to, you know, your farm, and also you can resell the cows, okay? So of course these cows will breed, they will, you know, reproduce, and you'll get cows. You could choose to sell them. You could choose to also get into selling out milk, selling out the meat. But now here are the cons. The cons point out too, and these are the disadvantages. Number one, with cattle farming, there's huge maintenance costs that are gonna be, you know, involved in this. Number one, you have to find the best feeds for your cows, especially if you want to go into dairy farming. Dairy farming is heavy in terms of you investing in the quality feeds for this particular cows. Now, the other disadvantage of this particular farming, cattle farming, is you have to make sure that you get it right with the veterinary care, okay? So if the cows have, you know, a program of vaccinations, that's money right there. You need to make sure that they get the right medicines. If they fall ill, what then happens? And all that is money. Then also going down to you making sure that you have the right infrastructure, the habitat for your cattle, you know, building that up, building a nice, you know, structure for your cattle. That's money as well. So it's gonna be huge an investment. The other thing is you need to hire a caretaker. What I heard from you is you're here in Kampala, but your farm is in Lyantonde. So I'm thinking that when you buy these 3 cows, you will automatically take them to the village. Now, you being in Kampala means that you'll have to hire someone, a professional who will be taking care of these cows, so you can actually, you know, realize the benefits of you farming, of course, going into cattle farming. So those are the disadvantages. Let's go also to another disadvantage. Now, you said that you wanted, if I heard you right, you wanted to invest into something that will give you quick returns. Now, with cattle farming, this is not a quick return kind of investment. It is a long term. You will have to invest and invest. It's like, you know, pretty much having a child. You don't expect them to grow to give you, benefits immediately. You have to invest and invest and invest in them. So with cows, it will take time before they start giving you milk. It will take time before they reproduce. It will take time before these cows before you actually, realize that, you're getting something substantial from them. So it's not an ideal short-term investment plan if you really want quick wins. However, if you're willing to wait it out and be patient and you're passionate about it, go ye out for that. Now, the other disadvantage is gaining access to markets, either for meat or for milk. Now, the market is not guaranteed. It will mean that now you will expose yourself to the dynamics of this particular industry. Of course, the dairy farming and also selling of milk has its own dynamics. Also, the Ministry of Health has its own controls. It is pretty much regulated, so you have to invest a lot for you to gain benefits from it, and meaning that for you to actually get into the standards of operating into that space, you will have to invest a lot. There are many statutory processes for you to get into that space. So it's pretty much heavy with regards to investment. But like I said, now you have all the information. It depends on your passion. Are you passionate about cattle farming, or are you passionate about the boda boda industry? And the beauty of the boda boda side is that with the profits that you'll be getting, you can choose to, for example, if you get a profit close to 1 million from the first boda, you could save up again and buy a second boda and just save up again and still manage to buy your cows. Okay, so you invest, get quick returns from the boda boda industry, then buy your cows. But now you have the information. Go ye for what you are passionate about. Boda boda is pretty much how will I put it, short-term returns, but the cattle farming side, you'll have to be patient with it. But if you're passionate about it, you have my blessings. Pretty much, if you get stuck, you can always call us. The drill is the same. We'll be having the number on the screen. If you are an SME, you can just get your phone, record yourself, tell us what challenges you are facing in your business, and right here we'll be sure to give you solutions to your business. But for whatever business, before you get in, equip yourself with knowledge. Very important. Over and above you being passionate about it, make sure you study the market, make sure you understand the business, then invest. I wish you all the best. Mr. Artenas Shalom from Kampala, of course his hometown is in Lyantonde. I hope now you have all the information that you need to make the right decision with regards to your investment. That is it for business updates. Don't go too far. Morning at NTV still continues.
Watching Morning at NTV.
At Trademark